People ask me all the time, why do I always bring up 2022-2023 crash and bear market? People comment to me and patrons message me saying, Rudy, you don't need to repeat the same content and the same stories and the same videos. And the reason I do that is because we're in 2024, about to be 2025. It's very late. Sit back, relax. Let's have a nice holiday talk, shall we? Everybody's euphoric. Stock market's going crazy. People are making fortunes in Bitcoin. All you have to do is buy a sealed box of pretty much anything now in the collectible world, and every single Magic and Pokémon thing and Weiss thing, and they're all doing good. It is what it is. And the reason I bring up these same stories is you all have no idea who are new to this industry in the last 6 months, because that's how these things work. When the markets and economies boom, everybody jumps in and is all euphoric. People don't know what things were like over 2 years ago. They don't understand what the cruel summer of 2022 and 2023 was. And there were very many dark nights and times of sitting in the Rudy warehouse, and just every day the sun would go up and the prices would go down and people would be upset. I remember for probably 9 to 12 months straight, I'd say I probably negative cash flowed probably $250,000 a month. So that's pretty much because, well, every Pokemon set would come out, Scarlet, Violet base, and every new Magic set would come out. And, I would order my normal large pallets and simply put, nobody wanted them. Patrons wouldn't buy them. Everybody just said, why? They just tank, and Rudy's charges over markets and blah, blah, blah. And today, I sold my first sealed master case of Lord of the Rings Holiday Special for $50,000. Sealed master case is 24 boxes, so about $2,000 a box, but sealed master case. I don't know how many sealed master cases are left in the world of this product. And one other caveat, the individual paid in Bitcoin and, locked in the $98,000 Bitcoin price with me, and he swapped it over to this. And I'm not sure if I'm more weirded out that I sold a master case of 24 boxes for half of a Bitcoin, or if I'm weirded out that a 24 box master case is around $50,000. I don't know which side of that equation I am proud, nervous, disoriented, or uncomfortable with. That's essentially, the market is more excited to buy a master case of Lord of the Rings Special versus like a sealed box of antiquities. I don't know. But I want to remind everybody, and I promise I will eventually move on, but there's so many of you all out there that weren't here 2-3 years ago, and you don't understand what it's like to go 18 months in a row of every product collapsing, and you're just sitting on everything and watching. Every time the sun comes up, you lose money. Probably like $5,000 a day every time the sun comes up. And moments like that will really test you in life, because there's a point where you can stay the course and you hold tight and everything, but there is a point where you definitely question yourself. We talked about this in the other Storytime video. There are moments on day 50, day 69, day 90, day 180, day 360. There are moments that you really do wonder, because again, in the real world, people always kind of view you based on, how much money do you have in the bank? How liquid are you? People don't ever step back and say, hey Timmy, how much money do you have in inventory right now? Or what's the fair market value of inventory? Nobody cares about that. The real world, inventory and all that stuff doesn't mean anything. If you ever get in trouble, you can't go to a bank and say, hey, I got 300 boxes of collectors, this and that. Hey, I got a pallet of Pokémon. First of all, banks and anyone outside of the collectible card world are going to look at you like you're completely insane and nobody will believe anything you say. Now, that can be a positive thing because you can kind of fly under the radar. It can be a negative thing where if you actually need Wall Street or banks or registered assets, or if you need outside people in the normal world, they aren't going to know what the hell you're talking about and they're going to think you're full of shit. So I thought, I'd make a late night talk with you all. I promise we'll stop harping on the Lord of the Ring holiday special thing, but I'm trying to bring it up quite a bit because I don't think most people understand the significance of what's happening there. We're talking about the greatest, most successful, most expensive, fastest appreciating Magic box in Magic history. Like, it's never happened before. And while people are just, oh, pump this, that, Rudy, this is historical level. We have never seen a 1-year-old sealed box of Magic go from $250 to $2,000 a box. We have never seen this in 1 year. There is nothing that is at this level of what we are seeing, folks. Like, this is uncharted territory. Many of you out there say, Rudy, this is going to happen again. My opinion, I don't think it'll happen again because the circumstances that need to line up to make this happen are just not repeatable. A lot of you all say that's wrong and, hold my chalupa, wait for Final Fantasy and Marvel collector boxes with new serialized special one-of-ones and weird things coming. And that could be very true. But there's more to everything else that's also going on right now. Because obviously you all are aware the collector box market in Magic the Gathering is just... It's fascinating how we went years of almost like a punching bag, where if you bought sealed Magic or anything, it was kind of a meme, it was just kind of people made fun of it, there was everybody just kind of laughed at the idea that even a collector box, with Chris Cox and Cynthia Williams could even hold any form of value, and because they were stupid and they just had bad management at the company. And suddenly 2024 comes around, management changes, the cigarette lady's gone, she's in Funko Pop Beanie Baby 2.0 land, and they understand the importance of making print runs tight, and they understand the importance of serialization, because it doesn't mean much adding a number to a card, but it's a symbolic move to tell the public that we are serious about not reprinting. Like, I don't think a lot of people understand the significance of serialization in Magic cards and why it was needed. Well, needed because they cause their own problems and they have to fix their own problem. It's not necessarily about the number on the card. It's about returning consumer confidence that in removing the speculation that the Timmies on the internet believe, which is collector boxes are reprinted over and over. That is the point of serialization. That's why it's a thing. It's about rebuilding confidence. And, well, you can hate anyone you want in this world, folks, and you can live in life in negativity, but it worked. It's working very well. Even CES, without serialization, Wilds of Eldraine, Ixalan? Modern Horizons 3 has serialized cards. Lord of the Ring has serialized. Doctor Who has serialized. Fallout has serialized. Ravnica has serialized. Karlov, God, I guess most. Bloomborough doesn't have serialized. I guess most sets do. Huh. Foundations has those insanely beautiful cards, but technically they're not serialized, right? Anyways, are there serialized cards? I don't know. I don't think there is. So I just, it's a lot to take in sometimes, folks. It's a little emotional baggage. It's a little emotional damage on my end because, it's just very surreal of how this year turned out as we move into the holidays, and hope everyone can reflect on everything and understand. I feel like just everybody forgot what it's like when things don't go up. Like, it's mind-blowing how short the attention span is of Americans in this country. It's the education level and attention span. It really is idiocracy at times because, it's like for 2 years, all these people now that are jumping in and buying and obsessed, like where were you for the last 2 years when everything was crashing and burning? Stocks were half, a third, a quarter of the price. Bitcoin was 20, 30, 40, 50,000. All the collector boxes were low. Every Scarlet Violet set was low. Like, it's so crazy how those internet memes are accurate of the, like the Bitcoin meme where it's got the two doors or the two lemonade stands. It says Bitcoin like 20,000 and nobody wants it. And then it says like Bitcoin 60, 70, 80 all-time high and everybody's lined up there. It's so wild how the momentum trades and the momentum of the public influences everything. And it's a very bizarre, strange world how just the public attitude and emotion swings entire markets and everything feels so different, It truly is a magical thing. It truly is, And I don't know, I don't know right now should, like this Pokemon thing, Surging Sparks at like 210 or something, plus tax, Foundation play boxes, 300 plus, Bloomborough, 260 plus tax. Like everything's just all-time high. Let's see here. I don't think anything really isn't. And we're about in the next 3 to 5 days to go through the whole shopping splurge TCG player 10% thing. And like, I'm telling you folks, when we come out on the other side of this in like December and like January, February, like when we hit 45 days from now and we go through, see, here's the problem. Historically, this is the weak moment where all prices get soft, stores fire, sell everything. This is the weak moment. Okay? Like these are usually, November's usually like the bottom dip of the sealed markets and cards, everything, when everything goes on sale and discounts and people drop prices and try to fight each other for dumping their inventory at the least amount. I don't know. It's weird. And historically, when we hit January, the end of the year, and we go into January, February, everything upticks. But we've never been in a situation going in to the weakest point, which is now, everything is at the top. So do we have this little dip down? And then when the market moves 500 boxes of Surging Sparks a day and moves all these Foundations and Bloomborough and Dustmore, all these boxes and collector boxes fly out and thousands upon thousands of boxes are just sold in the next couple days? Like, so what happens when the dust settles? What happens this time in December, this time in January, in 30 days or 60 days from now, when this is all over with? Like, everyone's wound up about these 10% TCG player thing. Like, that's all I've been hearing about. Everybody, Rudy, I'm picking out these cards. I'm going to buy these. I've got these collector boxes in my shopping cart. I'm already doing this. I've heard multiple patrons, multiple people. I've seen screenshots from Facebook, MySpace, Discords about buying out the Lord of the Rings special boxes. I've seen multiple people talk about buying out the Fallout collector boxes. And then people talking about, I'm going to buy out all the Wildsville Drain. Like, there's all these people planning these things. And I'm like, if half these people move forward and do what they're going to do, like, this market is just going to be like a nuclear wave that's going to just wipe all the inventory. And half these boxes are already wiped out, man. Like, you go on TCG Player, can you even get 20 boxes? If I'm a billionaire, can I even buy 20 boxes of Lord of the Rings Holiday Special? Can I even buy 50 boxes or 2 master cases of Fallout? Or can I even get that of like Lost Caverns of Ixalan? Are there even 50 boxes online to buy? Like, we've never seen these tightening of print runs in the rejection of the game piece army in Magic and Pokemon. Like, you had this game piece army just wreaking havoc on Magic and Pokemon through the bear market. Print, just shove it all. They're just Proxies, oh, if they're not cheap, I'm proxying. You know, we had all this tug of war. And then these companies kind of said, nah, we like money. We need to sell expensive boxes. And they just, wiped the game piece army off the map. In Magic and Pokemon, it's like the game piece army thing is just annihilated in those fields. And, well, they're booming unlike anything we've ever seen. It's healthy. When I've talked to distribution, Magic sets, pre-order sets, Pokemon sets, the pre-orders for all these new products, every store is just please begging for product. And these companies, everything is just, it's amazing. It's amazing. And it's amazing how much things have changed. And I make these videos because I know if this video gets a bad video, and this is only 10,000 views, or it's a good video and it gets 50 to 100,000 views, fucking wherever way the wind blows, the algorithm yanks your balls and swings you in a circle, and maybe one female will watch this channel, I don't fucking know. You know, but it's, most people weren't around. Because again, the life cycle of people in the card world is 6 to 12 months. People get burned, they get angry, something gets reprinted. Oh, they banned a card, I'm gonna cry. I'm done with that company for life. I'll see you Monday morning. You know, it's the same old memes. Oh wait, no, X-raying boxes, that was the other one, I forgot. I was like, I knew there was another one, the X-ray machine thing. That was a thing that everybody said it was over with. And you know, we enter into 2020, it's like everyone's wound up with this holiday thing, and I'm like trying to visualize January, Q1, Q2 of 2025. That's what I'm looking at right now. And I'm looking at these new Innistrad remastered set, which of course everyone's already making fun of and bashing because there's no value, it's going to tank, blah, blah, blah. This Pokemon prismatic just stupidness, insanity. Doesn't matter what the price is. I mean, if you want an ETB box, if it's under $100, I guess it's a good deal at this point. I don't know what the allocations are going to be like. I'm sure it's going to be dreadful. I'm trying to look at this floor plan. Like even let's pivot here. We're gonna do a Rudy pivot. One Piece. So if you guys weren't aware, the game piece army attacked Bandai and said everything's unplayable, or I'm sorry, unaccessible, too expensive. All this stuff happened, right? So One Piece literally reprinted all the sets. Caused a huge shockwave in the One Piece thing, tanked all the prices. People got angry. And, well, management at One Piece went, whoa, we did the reprint. Everybody asked us to do it. Now OP7, OP8, OP9 pre-orders are way down. People aren't even pre-ordering as much of One Piece. People are pissed, and we had a 15% reduction in the amount of stores pre-ordering new One Piece sets for LGSs. We actually had some stores not pre-order OP8 and 9 now. So, fast forward, I received an email to myself for legal reasons. And when I read that in the bathroom, long day at the old Chick-fil-A waffle fries, this Sunday, they opened for me. And One Piece and Bandai was like, yikes, let's not reprint it to the ground. We're not going to do that again. So what happens? All the One Piece boxes, people start going, whoa, wait a second, wait, they realize they fucked up and they acknowledge they're not going to do it again? Wait, they're going to, oh, okay, wait a minute. All right, let's go back. This is an opportunity. We need to buy the dip. So One Piece got very close. They walked the line, as Johnny Cash would say, and they played with fire. And they may have burned a little bit of their hair, and they may look like Rudy now, but they realized the danger of their ways. They played with fire. But they were able to backpedal and shift and reset and change gears quick enough to not cause long-term damage. So as One Piece continues to be unbelievably successful, I encourage you all, if you, again, even TCG player, like if you want my advice with this sale thing coming up right now, if you're into One Piece, OP 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, doesn't matter what you buy, I would probably use that as a good opportunity to get some boxes or some cases. The prices, they've already bottomed. Most of the sets are already going back up to the highs. This is your time to do it. As far as me, if you're a patron, I'm going to try to run a One Piece sale like OP 7 and 8. But as far as like 1 through 6, you're on your own. I got a couple loose boxes, some return to sender things, but you're on your own. They're out of prints. I can't get any more. I mean, every once in a while they may release a case, or every store gets like a few boxes, but there's some stragglers moving around, but it's over with. I can't get pallets. I can't get anything. So if you want my advice, I'd probably take this time and get some sealed One Piece boxes on TCG Player thing if you want exposure, if you're still a big One Piece fan. Pokemon, if you want my advice, I would probably tell you right now, let the Timmies fight over the temporals, the Twilight Masquerade Eyes Wide Shut, the Surging Pikachu Spark right into your face. I would let everybody fight for that. If you want my advice, again, I told you already, Scarlet Violet base, SV01, and SV04, Paradox Rift, already had big reprints, restock, everything's done. There's no more coming. I emailed myself. It's not in the reprint queue. Those are the places to go. Now, if you already did that, if you don't want Scarlet Violet base or Paradox, okay, so number 2 and 3. Mr. P, everybody loves a giant hard Mr. P. Mr. P is on his way back up. Yeah. As he moves up, it's going to get people excited. Ooh, that's a good one. Same thing with SV03. Charizard set, Obsidian, SV02 and 3. These two little middle ones, like Mr. P is like what, 130, 140? Use this as an opportunity. 10% off, get $15 off of 140. Go for it. I'm telling you right now, the straggler boxes and loose cases and things being dripped to market from distribution, it's like one box for like $110 a box wholesale. Then you got to buy other stupid shit. That is the place to be. If you want actual financial advice and sue my left nut, everyone's suing him. He's very popular. I got no memes for that. If you want advice, go for these things right now if you enjoy those sets. That is an honest piece of advice there. So SVO 1 through 4, that era is pretty done, okay? Now the new stuff, surging, there will be more surging in the future. Again, I expect surging to run at 250 to 300. You can buy it on the discount sale. You're still going to make out. But even if it makes it to 250, 300, the reprint's going to hit. Distribution's going to rail all of us. Probably charges 150 to 170. Limit the quantity. It's going to be stupid. So I wouldn't even... The price may retrace from 250 back to 180. I mean, the downside, upside there, it is what it is. The market's made up its mind. The market loves it. It's going to 250, 300. I don't care. Do whatever you want. Buy it on the sale. It's just riskier. But like I said, the first 4 sets for SV, that's where the focus needs to be because you don't have the reprint risk. And again, reprint risk isn't that big of a deal. That would be my advice. The last few sets, they're in the reprint queue. Now, whether or not that matters, probably not anyways. Again, reprints, folks, shave off like 15% of market value. If a box is like 150, oh, look, a reprint. It went from 150 to 125. Oh, God. Buy a couple cases. And then it literally 6 months later, it's like, whoop. That's my advice on that kind of thing. Moving on from Pokemon, Sword and Shield, it's all bargain. If it's under 400 or 500, you need to buy it. Evolving Skies will be 2,000. Moving on, nobody cares. Okay. So I'm talking about One Piece. Talked about the Pokemon thing. Let's jump back over to Magic the Gathering real quick. Magic is still in this transforming phase of the overprinting era that everybody made fun of and the gold standards Pokemon. And it's like, I feel like Magic, they want to be like Pokemon. They're trying to rebrand. They're trying to come back. They want to be known like Pokemon, where their products hold up and can sustain the market forces and move up. And so far, they've been doing a banger job, man. And I mean, to be honest, I feel like Magic's jealous of Pokemon. Hence why I emailed myself from the guest bathroom. And I said, hey, Rudy from bathroom number 2, how are things going? Kind of smelly, a little rough. We'll sit here for a while. And I emailed myself and I said, hey, let's probably bring back the MSRP. Oh, they already did that. And let's work on potentially, having our own Wizards Direct store, kind of like the Pokemon Center. That's what I would do if I was in the guest bathroom. Okay. And I feel like they're going to be able to achieve some of that. I really do. Now, as far as, let's jump into some other games like Weiss, Flesh and Blood, Sorcery, and some of the new Lorcana, Star Wars, everything. So first, the Weiss thing is another wild thing. We have massive sets coming in 2025. We have all kinds of Weiss sets hitting all-time high. We've got some Weiss sets that are even bought out, and some of the prices have spiked to new highs. So there's like 4 or 5 different sets that are doing that right now. I know I had a couple messages this afternoon from some pages talking about that Bochi the Rock. It was almost like the overseas version of Rock Band, kind of this Weiss set, and it got bought out from like 50, 60 a box, and now there's like nothing left on the market, and the box is doubled. So we're starting to see a lot of capital move around and going after even like Weiss sets. Very interesting. And some of the, like I told you all, some of the Weiss single cards too, they are tough to find. You may have to go to other websites and third party, but it's interesting. So then we jump over to Flesh and Blood. Flesh and Blood, again, they've been on a roll with the heavy hitters, the Rosetta and the Misty, and all of those are holding full, strong 80, I think they're all 87, 90 a box. I don't think any of them have tanked. I know Rosetta tried to release when stores tried to dump them, and it just came right back. So that's interesting. Then going into this new Hunted set in January, February, apparently there's some delay issues. I don't know if it's like a supply strain or a timely release date. I don't know if they're going to move the release date. There's some issues going on with that. I'm not sure the details, so that's going to put a lot of restraints. I don't know if it's just going to be chopped up in waves. I'm waiting for the company to kind of get details on that in December. But yeah, again, I told you all that could be a problem too, because that's going to eliminate, for me, instead of doing 1,000 kits, for example, for patrons with like 1,000 cases, 1,000 promos, that's definitely going to be a problem. We'll probably have to do like a comment on the sale and only do like 200 bundles and limit one per person or something. That's going to be a little shaky. I don't know what that's going to mean for pricing. That's an interesting one. I'm assuming it's temporary, but we'll stay tuned until we get more information. I won't speculate. Next, jumping over to Sorcery. Obviously, there has been substantial turbulence. I'm hoping to hear from Eric or Simon or somebody in the coming days or weeks about what's going on, because I don't know if they made posts publicly. I'm not sure what's happening, but there's been substantial turbulence. I've had a lot of messages of people asking for me to buy their collections, and they're done with Sorcery. They have caved into the Game Piece army. They're fucked. There's a lot of turbulence going on. I'm assuming this is involved maybe some Facebook or social media posts, and the problem is I don't have MySpace. I don't have Backpage and Tinder, so I don't know what's being posted or said. Some people send me some weird screenshots. I don't know if they're photoshopped or AI or Rudy's X. I can't tell. But there's a lot of frustration and anger happening, because I'm assuming some posts must have been made regarding reprints or print runs. And I'm going to take a guess. Again, I'm speculating because I don't know what's going on. I haven't been able to get any concrete information from anybody. And supposedly, I don't know if they're planning multiple additional reprints of the few products they have over and over into 2025. That is what the public's acting like. I don't know if the public's being overly exaggerated, or all I can see is, yes, our Ethereum Legends booster boxes, there is substantial selling pressure on the market right now, and a lot of stores and boxes have just come to market, which I was under the impression was the last small wave of product coming to stores, which was supposed to be a small wave. Now, I didn't get any boxes. I'm not aware of a major wave, but the market and TCG Player, public posts, and the emails you guys are sending me from different LGSs asking me to buy their inventory and trying to get out from it is very concerning. So I'm going to give this another week or two to cool off to see what the price is stabilized, to see if I can get some input from Eric or Simon before I can make a follow-up, because I don't know what the fuck is going on. And I don't know if it's the internet just being stupid and emotional, or if where there's smoke, there is fire and something bad is happening, and the Game Piece army is going to take over that company. I don't fucking know. There it is, folks. Take it for what it's worth. Now, that brings me to Star Wars. No, first of all, I will not buy your Star Wars Twilight booster boxes. The amount of y'all asking me to buy that, I've even had distribution asking me to buy Twilight Star Wars boxes. No, I don't care if you discount them. I don't care if you fire sell them. I am not buying any Star Wars boxes of Twilight in general, or by the pallet at wholesale. I am not touching it. I was ridiculed and laughed at, even a nice few threatening love letters at the beginning. I am not touching. I love Star Wars. I don't love how they said they were going to print to the ground, because they are all about the Game Piece army. And quite frankly, you are going to get what you deserve. And you know the Rudy phrase. I will say it again in this video, like I said, in the last 18 months. If you overprint, you will pay the fucking price. Just like Wall Street, the market will penalize you, and they will take you out back, and they will beat you like Chuck Norris. Okay? And from day one, Star Wars told you there is no set print run. They will just if they can sell the product, they will keep reprinting. So again, if people are online, I want boxes cheap, they're too expensive, they're going to just rail that shit. If you just want to play the game, let it crash. Go online, buy all the cards for $1 or $2 and just play the game. Have fun with it. But if you're looking at collectability long term, be careful, folks. So that's all I have to say about Star Wars. People keep asking me to make more Star Wars videos, and honestly, I just don't. I don't like just making videos bashing Star Wars because I love Star Wars. But everybody knows there's nothing to make a separate video about. It's stupid. Disney Lorcana. Enjoy your Amazon dumps. I don't even care. If you're Disney Lorcana, the cards are awesome. The company, it's ran by Ravensburg. I got nothing to say. We've talked about this for a year. Okay, so back to the beginning of Magic. To sum this all up, the point of this video was it's been a very interesting series of events that nobody predicted. You know, I want to bring this back around the beginning before we end the video, and that is, you know, I wish you all could understand the amount of patron messages, public comments, and emails you all sent me all year in the last 12 months about the great crash. This is it. Everything's going to zero. Like, that was a meme on this channel for like years. The amount of negativity from last year all the way through this bull run tells me how many people missed it. This is probably the greatest bull run 2024 year I've ever seen in my cardboard life that most people missed. We've had good years, don't get me wrong. We've had amazing swings and everything. But this is the first time I can tell you all with confidence that we've had a year that was a powerhouse that almost the entire market missed. Now, that hasn't happened before. That's the difference on this particular time. And that's also the reason the rates of change, the velocity, the speed, the rate at which items are being repriced are happening faster than we've seen in any other market cycle because of the dynamics around this bull run. That's the difference. That's all I have to say, folks. What a weird video. What do we have coming up? What can you guys expect? We finally caught up on the box opening videos. I guess coming up, so we got interesting stuff here. So I guess over the next, okay, so coming up here, let's start with Magic. So yes, folks, if you're watching this video, either today or the first of the month coming up here, Foundation play boxes, they're permanently 116. You have the whole, you can buy, you can buy a case every month. We got that coming up for patrons. Foundation Jumpstart boxes are also coming up here for patrons. Should be the same price or lower. I'm not sure what the details are. We have obviously about 45 days, so this Innistrad Remastered, play boxes, collector boxes. That'll be interesting. And yes, folks, we have we just finished the Pokemon throwback sale for you all for the Lost Origins ETB cases. We are going to have another Pokemon throwback sale here in the next couple of weeks. I haven't decided if it's going to be Sword and Shield variety kit or if we're going to do a Scarlet Violet variety kit yet. That'll be coming up here in December also. We do have the new Alpha Investments 2024 shirt coming up once a year. We do a single print run, and that is coming up for you guys. We have some interesting, we have the One Piece. The next few weeks here, we have the new One Piece Rudy OP07 sale coming up. Let's see here, what else do we have coming up? We have, there's one or two Weiss sets, but they're not super big ones. They'll be kind of small to medium size. That won't be too crazy there. And then we just had a little Force of Will sale. That was interesting. That was the first Force of Will sale we've had in a while, where the demand was lower than expected and very quiet on that one. Like the last two Force of Will sets, I know we don't talk about Force of Will, it's from like 8 years ago, that company. But they still make releases, and we do every release with the patrons, and I still like it. So that was interesting. It was kind of quiet. Like, not that people weren't interested, they didn't like it. They just kind of looked at it and said, too many good things happening. So I'm not sure how that's going to work out, because there's like nothing for sale on the market. I don't know what that's going to mean long term. It's kind of a weird one, everybody. So card grading on PCG. We have a special. Probably tomorrow or the next day. you're going to see a nice little, Happy Thanksgiving, Happy Holiday video. And if you're looking to get some cards graded, we're going to be doing some specials there because this is our one slow time of the year. So I like to give out some discounts and do that because when we hit the summer, the other time, it gets too busy. But we have a nice slow period in the holidays, so we can do some promos. And we're going to do some promotions, folks, where, yes, I'm going to give you guys some coupon codes. And either A, if you grade 25 Magic cards, you get a sealed box of Magic included with your order free. If you grade 25 Pokemon cards, you get a sealed booster box of Scarlet, Violet. I'm not sure what set, we haven't got all the details. I got to make sure we have enough for the company and the cost and everything. So we're going to need a free booster box of that. Same thing. If you do 25 One Piece cards, you get a sealed booster box of One Piece, OP, whatever, included with your order. So we're going to have some really cool sales coming up here. If you want some cards graded going to the holidays, be aware of that. That's pretty, you grade 20, 25 cards or something, you get a $100, $200 box of sealed booster box. Did I do that math right? It's almost half price. Anyways, that should be a lot of fun, especially during the calm holiday time. Everybody's sorting their cards and going through that. That's about it, folks. Just a friendly reminder, last but not least, to say in this video, as we move into 2025, remember, Magic the Gathering draft boxes are disappearing. I'm doing the best I can for everybody to keep the draft boxes available to you guys and the patrons as long as possible for the $91 ship. It's starting to get a little bit more challenging, but we should be fine for a couple more months doing Wildsville Drain for 91 shipped, Ixalan 91 shipped, and we're still doing even Infinity, Crimson Vow, and then of course the play boxes. We have Bloomburrow, Duskmourn, even Karlov Manor actually is selling pretty good now because the price recovered. And yes, Foundation. So all the play boxes are 116, but just be aware, folks, the $91 draft boxes are disappearing. I'd probably say the end of December here, going to January 1st, we'll probably have to drop another set, probably Infinity or something, because that's multiple years old and it's getting too old. And then probably going to Q1 of 2025, I'm going to say probably the next box is going to drop. Crimson Vow will cut off because that thing's going to be 3 years old. And then, of course, I'm trying to hold Wildsville Drain and Ixalan, the last two draft boxes for you guys, at the 91 shipped as long as possible, because I understand, there's probably at least 1,000 plus patrons that are just buying a case every month and jumping between these cases, because I understand it's $100 to $150 off market price in that one item every month. I get it. But be aware, to be blunt with you guys, I would say 6 months max, and then that'll be over with. I'm going to say we probably got 6 months left until those are fully gone. And then essentially, we're just going to have the 116 play boxes for, Bloomburrow, Karlov, Foundations, Duskmourn, Thunder Junction, all these things. There'll just be an army of play boxes, which again, I'm still very proud to offer. And, that's my way of saying thank you all for supporting me and watching my channel and everything. And, remember, folks, if you're a patron, you don't have to buy, but everybody always, this is kind of the chatter and everything. So, and yes, folks, when you buy from me, always pay with a cashback credit card. Do I really need to bring this up again? If you buy a case of 6 boxes for $500-$600 or something, pay with a 2% cashback credit card. That gives you $15 cash back, and then your patron fee is free every month, and then you get the whole case of Magic for $150 off. Do not use a debit card. Do not send an e-check. Do not use PayPal balance. Use a cashback credit card. Do we need to go back to making a credit card video, folks? Don't go into debt either. Don't carry interest. If you carry balance, don't pay interest. Don't overspend. So that's where things are. I am working on going into 2025. We have some interesting things. We have, we're late in this video, but I'll throw a few more surprises in. So we are going to be revealing in a couple months the custom artwork for the Good versus Evil 1994 Legends Magic the Gathering throwback. So we're doing a dual gigantic playmat of Good versus Evil. So Evil is going to be all the 4 Black Horsemen, All Hallows Eve, the Abyss, Nether Void, the badass cards. And then the good side will have Tabernacle, really cool, a lot of greenery and sunshine. So we're doing a really cool double massive thing. Like, people are probably going to hang these on a wall. Like, these things combined are going to be like, Jesus, I don't know, 5 feet by 5 feet or something. It's going to be insane. So we're working on that for a really cool project for 2025. We're over halfway done with that. We have some really cool Flesh and Blood variety kit. I did a Flesh and Blood Crucible of War first edition with some promo and playmat, really cool throwback thing. You guys loved it. I had no idea the response was going to be that good. So yes, we're going to do some more Flesh and Blood stuff with like some WTR Unlimited case, with like a promo and an old playmat, maybe like an Arcane Unlimited throwback with a promo and a playmat. We're going to do some cool different things. I'd like to do a Tales of Aria kind of throwback with like a cool Tales thing with that promo, but fuck, the prices are so low. I'm going to take a bath. Then Monarch, I bought so much of it back from the public and everything when I did my buying of Monarch. I'm upside down. It is what it is, whatever. So we got some really cool throwback things like that coming in the next 90 days too. And yeah, I think also there's another, so I'm working on also a really fun sorcery sale for the future also, where we're going to do a nice little sorcery bundle where you get like a cool playmat and then you get like a graded alpha card with each order. So we're going to do that for a really fun sorcery thing. That's in the queue in development also for us to slab. We're slabbing a bunch of alpha sorcery cards and fun things. And then there's going to be some other surprises with maybe some sorcery sample cards, and we're going to do some surprises on things like that I don't know. There's just going to be some sorcery bundles with some sample cards and alpha cards. We've got some fun things coming up here. I think that's everything. Am I missing anything? I don't think so. I guess I'm just going to say thank you all for watching this very long video. Thank you for sticking with me through 2 years of a shit market. And now we finally got to experience a positive energy market and a lot of excitement and just a really fun year. Besides the prices of everything and the market being healthy, just a really enjoyable year in the card world. You know, it's the first year I can say it was just a pleasure compared to the 22 and 23, you know. Those cruel summers, man, there were some long, dark nights, man. And thanks for watching. You all have a beautiful day. Rudy's penis.